obsessive. Howard Moon from the Mighty Boosh.
Oh yeah. Don't look now, but I think we're getting a little bit of attention from the lead.
Howard Moon is the type of music obsessive that obsesses over one genre of music. In his particular case, jazz. Classic jazz, bebop jazz, jazz fusion. That's his genre, and he is very obsessed with it.
He's in a trance, a jazz trance. Every day he does this. It's a pretty delicate procedure getting him out.
The face of being a social outcast in his particular group, because nobody else cares about jazz and everyone thinks he's an old man and probably pretty square. But he continues to love his particular genre, even to the point of telling everyone about it and thinking it's probably cool and has been cool for as long as he's been a fan of it.
Yeah. What happened before then? It was just tuning up before then.
Are you aware of the music known as jazz? Are you aware of jazz music, the movement of jazz?
Why do you keep going on about jazz for?
Because it's the most important art form in the 20th century.
No one listens to jazz. Science teachers and the mentally ill, that's all jazz is for.
You better take that back.
Hard Harry from Pump Up the Volume.
It really bugs me. Everyone thinks they know how a person should be. Who cares how I should be, you know? I mean, in real life, I could be that anonymous sitting across from you.
This character from Pump Up the Volume may not be your typical music obsessive, but you can tell that it's there. What kind of person basically moves to a place he's never been before, doesn't know anybody, and basically plays music over the radio in a pirate radio situation?
This is a song for the 90s.
Welcome to Dorina Central. May I take your order, please?
Yeah, I want...
I think the root of all that is his music obsession, and that music obsession is what spurred him on to become a pirate radio DJ. So that's why he makes this list as a music obsessive, because of his need to share music. I mean, that's an attribute of most music obsessives, is their need to share the music and tell the world, what they're listening to. And he personifies that in his character.
That was deep. I like the idea that a voice can just go somewhere.
Patrick Bateman, American Psycho.
Their early work was a little too new wave for my taste. But when Sports came out in '83, I think they really came into their own.
Patrick Bateman is on this list because he's a certain type of music obsessive. He's the type of music obsessive that learns about bands and absorbs all aspects of that band, so he can appear more human with the people around. In such a way that comes across very creepy. So he has an obsessive nature, but his interest in music becomes slightly obsessive at that point, mainly for his personification or his character to fit in with everyone else.
Huey released this, 4, their most accomplished album. I think their undisputed masterpiece is Hip to Be Square. A song so catchy, most people probably don't listen to the lyrics, but they should, because it's not just about the pleasures of conformity and the importance of trends, it's also a personal statement about the band itself.
That's why he's on this list of music obsessives, because of his desire, because of his obsessive nature to learn about bands and understand popular music as a way to connect with other people. Davis from Tremor.
You think you could float me along?
Oh.
I'm a musician. What do you want me to say?
You're a disc jockey.
Davis is an all-encompassing type of music obsessive. His main interest is all music. Live music, playing music, recording music, being a DJ on a local radio station. He's so obsessed with music, he's willing to correct people on their choices, get in fights, and steal CDs because it's underappreciated.
Dude, you got to hear the song I've been working on. It's not a prison ballad, is it? I've been inspired by the muses. Muses, big honking tits.
Type of music obsessive that will go to every show and get to know the band members, and basically is the kind of obsessive we'd all love to be if we had musical talent and could be DJs. Because everybody wants to be a DJ who's a music obsessive at one point in their music obsessive life. So he's just that type of socially acceptable, out there kind of music obsessive. Rob Gordon from High Fidelity.
Rob, it's your turn. Okay, I'm feeling kind of basic today. Top 5 side ones, track ones.
The Rob Gordon character is the staple of the music obsessive world, making lists and huge record collection. I think most people, when they think of music obsessives, they think of Rob Gordon. His character definitely evolved over the years. As a DJ, you have to have a good record collection, and he had a massive collection. But I think it's one of those things that can happen to music obsessives is that they slowly collect more and more and more.
I guess it looks as if you're reorganizing your records.
Yeah. Autobiographical.
No fucking way.
Yep. I can tell you how I got from Deep Purple to Howlin' Wolf in just 25 moves. And if I want to find the song Landslide by Fleetwood Mac, I have to remember that I bought it for someone in the fall of 1983 pile, but didn't give it to them for personal reasons.
Creating categories is a thing that we all do, and making lists and making mixtapes is also the staple of a good music obsessive. Seymour from Ghost World.
Yeah, just list your 5 main interests in order of importance.
I'd have to put traditional jazz, blues, and then ragtime at the top of the list.
Right, so let's just say music. That way we only use up 1.
Seymour is the ultimate music obsessive. He takes music back down to its ultimate roots. He loves roots music, and as do I as well. And I think that's why he's on the top of my list of music obsessives. He is basically out of society. His desire and his love of music take him away from women and a normal social life and being popular. And he basically loves his music to the point of absolute and complete obsession.
Are all these records?
Yeah, I've got about 1,578 at this point. I've tried to pare down my collection to just the essential.
Record collection is expensive, it's old, and he's been collecting it for a long time, and all the memorabilia connected with that particular, the genres that he's interested in.
You are like the luckiest guy in the world. I would kill to have stuff like this.
Please, go ahead and kill me.
Oh, come on. What are you talking about?
Well, you think it's healthy to obsessively collect things? You can't connect with other people, so you fill your life with stuff. Just like all the rest of these pathetic collector losers.
Seymour, as a music obsessive, has a little bit of all of us in him.